Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. This is my match preview for the Manchester City versus Sheffield United game. What a result for Sheffield United against those rags down the streets. A perfect performance from them. And, I celebrated that United loss, but it did scare me a little bit of how good they were defensively. They were absolutely solid. The likes of Jagielka and Ampadu had a great game against Man United, and even their midfield, the likes of Fleck, who's working hard, retrieving the ball, passing was good, and he was everywhere against Manchester United, and it did worry me a little bit because we know how good Sheffield United are defensively, and we know that they can pick you out when they're countering. But in our last 3-4 games against Sheffield United, we've done pretty well. We've actually beaten them in our last 3 games 2-0, 1-0, 1-0. So they have been very tight games, but we know how good Sheffield United are, and especially against us, they will be defending deep and they will be making it very hard for us to attack. And we know what kind of football Chris Wilder plays. I'm actually surprised of their positioning because this position doesn't really determine how they play football, because their football is really good defensively. I just think because of the circumstances and because of certain players getting injured for them, they've been struggling very much this season, and they've actually won 2 out of their last 19 games. So it is very worrying for Sheffield United, and I do think they will be getting relegated this season because of that. But let's look at our team news. Now, for Manchester City, Sergio Aguero will still be isolating after he tested positive. I think this will be his last isolation. I think he'll be making it back for the Burnley game. I'm not sure what his recent results are and such, but that's what I think. De Bruyne is obviously out because of a hamstring injury, and Nathan Ake is still out because of his muscular problems. But for Sheffield United, they have Ender Stevens, who is injured. They've got Ben Osborne, who is injured. They've got Jack Robinson, who is injured. And they've also got Ollie McBurney, who is injured. So they do have a lot of players out with an injury. You can see the likes of Jack Robinson, Ender Stevens, who are very important for the Sheffield United team, are out injured. So let's take a look at my predicted lineup for this game. In net is obviously Edison, who will be starting. Now, my back four, I want it to be the same. I don't want to change my back four at the moment because it's working for us. It's working fluidly, and it's been very solid for us. João Cancelo has to be at the right. He created so many chances against West Brom. His goal was fantastic, and he's been one of our main outlets of creativity, and I still want him to play. But I don't want Cancelo to start on the left, because when he's on the left, he becomes defensively terrible. I don't know if it's because of his positioning or because he has a weak left foot, but he always misses the runner and he lets the man run past him when he's at left back. Walker could obviously play against Burnley, but I just think a team like Sheffield United, who are going to defend deep, I think Cancelo would be a great player for this type of game, and I think he should be starting over Walker, in my opinion. Now, the centre-back pairing has to be Ruben Dias and John Stones. I don't think I really need to talk about this. And obviously Zinchenko at left-back. I think Zinchenko will be starting. Pep Guardiola has more faith in Zinchenko, and I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. Zinchenko has been really good in that position, and I think he does deserve to start. He's been absolutely incredible, and what a job he is doing in that left-back position for us. And he isn't even a left-back. I know I have to reiterate this, but he isn't even a left-back, and he's been doing a better job than our actual left-back. That is absolutely crazy. In midfield, Rodri and Gundogan. I do think Rodri will be starting this game again. I don't really see Fernandinho coming in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Fernandinho did start over Rodri, but I just think this game Pep's going to have Rodri to win all the headers, because we know our last game, they were whipping balls over in the other half, and Rodri was the one that was winning them all. So I think Rodri will be playing in this game with Ilkay Gundogan in midfield and Bernardo Silva being the other man. Bernardo Silva was terrific against West Brom. Now my front three, Phil Foden obviously has to start in this game. He's been one of our best players this season, and he has to start. On the right, Raheem Sterling. I think Sterling did pretty well against West Brom, so I think he will be starting in that right-hand side. Now, this is interesting. Is Pep going to play with a false nine system, or are we going to play with a number nine? Me personally, I don't think the false nine system will work against Sheffield United because Sheffield United are going to be defending very deep. We saw it against West Brom when, as soon as Sam Allardyce brought in a fifth centre back, we weren't as fluid as the first half. So I don't really see us playing with a false nine system. I think Gabriel Jesus should be back in the starting lineup. And listen, Gabriel Jesus may not be scoring goals, but his hold-up play is decent. And against Sheffield United, you want to keep their centre-backs busy marking someone. So I think Gabriel Jesus will start in this game. So that is my lineup. I actually looked back. That is the same lineup I predicted for the West Brom game. So I'm staying with this lineup, and I think this will be the lineup Pep chooses. But that is a solid attack from us, and I hope it's the lineup Pep Guardiola goes with. But at the end of the day, Pep Guardiola knows more than me, and I could be completely wrong about this lineup. Hopefully I'm not. But let's look at Sheffield United. Now, for Sheffield United, I think they will be playing the same lineup versus Manchester United. Now, obviously, at the back will be Ramsdale. I think he's done decent against Man United. He didn't have much to do, but I think the times when Man United did threaten, I think he dealt with it very well. Ampadu, Jagielka, and Basham. We know how good Jagielka was against Man United. Literally blocked every single shot, every single corner that came his way. He was fantastic against those. Now, Baldock, I think, will obviously start. Lundstrom, Norwood, and Fleck, they dealt with Man United. They did work defensively, and they did good work going forward. So I think they will be starting in midfield, and the front two will be McGoldrick and Oliver Burke. I think Oliver Burke deserves the starting lineup, and McGoldrick has a decent record against the top six, and his work rate was very good against Man United. So I think he will be starting in this game. Now let's look at my match prediction. I think it's going to be a tight game because our games against Sheffield United in recent times have been very tight because of how good they are defensively. I predict we will beat Sheffield United 2-0. They're going to be defensively strong, and we have been doing well going forward and doing well defensively as well. So I do think it'll be 2-0. It will be a very tight game. I could even see us scoring 2 goals maybe in the very last minute or such, because they are a great defensive team. And after that Man United win, they are going to show up a little bit more. They are going to be a little bit more confident with themselves. So that is something for us to worry about. But I think we will beat them at the end of the day, and I think it will be 2-0. So guys, comment down below your match predictions. Obviously, comment down below your predicted lineup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do like this video. Please do subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.